So yun, good day everyone. My name is Harry James Sendigo ng Cibet 19102 and ito yung mga collection na ipapakita ko sa inyo. So una ito, this is a Air Jordan 1 Low X Nike Travis Scott Cactus Jack. Yun. Yan, Nike Air. So yung kulay niya is dark mocha. Sumunod naman is ito. Air Force 1, tawag dito is platform. Yun. Air Force 1 platform. Yung pangatlo naman is itong Puma Suede. Yan. Ano siya? Color siya ng Lakers. Kaya mapapansin nyo, dilaw tsaka purple. So yun lang guys. So yun, first question is global economic imperialism. So, how global corporations profit from fandom merchandise? Kumikita yung company nito sa pamamagitan ng international markets or limited release. Yun, tas hype na rin na nagdudulot ng mataas na demand sa buong mundo. Yun, so yun, kilala naman yung Nike tsaka Jordan na brand sa mga sapatos. So, paano nga ba nakaka-apekto yung foreign media? So, malaki ang impluwensya ng American media sa fashion ng mga Pilipino, lalo na sa sneakers, mga gantong sneakers, na sa pamamagitan ng mga movies, ganyan. Yon, NBA, hip-hop, at social media. Yon, nagiging uso yung American na shoe brands, at ayun kasing sumisimbolo ng style, tsaka status nila, yon. Sa mga, makikita nyo sa mga rubber, ganyan, ganito yung mga sapatos na sinusuot nila. Sa mga basketball player naman, ganun din, mga brands din ng NBA player, yan. So next question is globalization as a phenomenon. So paano nga ba kumakalat yung fandom sa buong mundo? So yun, kumakalat ang sneaker fandom sa social media, sports, musika at global marketing. Ang mga fans sa iba't ibang bansa ay sumusunod sa pare-parehong releases, trends at celebrities. Yun. So kaya nabobo yung global sneaker culture. Yun, dahil sa mga, di lang naman ako may idol doon or may fan sa isang player na yun, gano'n halimbawa. So yun, maraming fans, kaya pag naglabas si player ng brand niya, yun, mabenta talaga siya. Kaya doon nabobo yung fandom. So yun, number 4 is globalization as obscure. So yun, sa likod ng mga US shoes ay may mga global factories yun. Yun, gaya na lang nung China, doon lahat ng materials nang gagaling. Yun. Ayun, international shipping, labor system, at online platforms. So, ayun, kahit Amerikanong brand, kadalasan ginagawa sa ibang bansa bago marating sa Pilipinas. So, ayun, number 5 is sameness and interconnectedness. So, paano nga ba nakakapag-ugnay yung mga fans sa buong mundo? Yun, sa parehong fandom culture niya. Yun. Ang sneaker fans sa buong mundo ay nagko-collect ng parehong models, yun, sumusunod sa release dates, nagre-resell online at nagbabahagi ng mga larawan sa social media. Kaya, yun, doon nabobo yung global sneaker community. Kaya, pag sinearch nyo sa Facebook, mga Jordan brands, ganyan, may mga nagre-resell, may mga page naman na about Jordan lang, about Nike, yun, so yun lang po. So yun, ito yung napili kong brand, di siya brand, kumbaga product, sapatos siya, na galing US, pero di lang sa US din nakapag-produce na ito. So yan, Puma, ayun nga, then dalawang Nike, pero ito Jordan to, Travis Scott collaboration tawag po dito. Yan. So yun, special yung mga sapatos na to dahil pinapakita na itong kung paano ako pumorma, yung culture, ganyan, tsaka influensya na rin ng mga tropa. So, yun. Ayun, sa style ko. Kumbaga, tingin ko rin talaga, gandong sapatos yung mga bagay sa style na ginagawa ko. Yun. Pinapakita nito ang westernization or global culture. Yun, kasi tinatangkilik siya sa Pinas kahit hindi siya gawang Pinas. Yan. Hindi siya gawa ng Pinoy. Tinatangkilik siya dahil sa designs din. Yun. Tsaka, yun, sa mga materials din na ginamit para sa product na to. So yun, kaming mga fans is nagsosot ng mga same designs na ganitong brand, ganitong shoes. Yun, sumusunod sa releases at namamahagi din kami ng mga content online. Pero ako hindi ako magana. Sila lang. So yun, makikita mo dun yung global connection kasi hindi lang naman ikaw yung meron. Kumbaga sa ibang tao, meron din. Ano rin nila, may ano rin sila, may hindi siya access, kumbaga yun, parang may ganito rin sila. May ganito rin silang gamit, mga sapatos, damit na brand din nung ano na to, sapatos. So yun, yes, pinapakita ng sneaker fandom yung globalization bilang yon sa process sa global production tsaka marketing, sabay sa condition naman na dahil umiiral yung global sneaker sa sa culture yon, tsaka yon ideology o ideolohiya, pinapakita nito yung yung shared taste ng consumer culture sa buong mundo. So yun lang po, maraming salamat.
Good day, everyone. I'm here to present our topic about globalization through fandom merchandise. Today, I will be showcasing my Funko Pop Iron Man, which comes from the Marvel fandom. Through this merchandise, I will explain how globalization works as a process, a condition, and a way people around the world become connected to the shared culture. My chosen merchandise is a Funko Pop Iron Man, a collectible vinyl figure inspired by the superhero Iron Man, also known as Tony Stark from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marvel is one of the most popular global fandoms today. Its movies, characters, and merchandise are known worldwide, making it a perfect example of globalization in pop culture. This is my Funko Pop Iron Man. What makes this special to me is that Iron Man represents intelligence, creativity, courage, and sacrifice. As a fan, owning this merchandise makes me feel closer to the character in the Marvel Universe. Even though this is just a small figure, it carries emotional values and represents my identity as a Marvel fan. Funko Pops are usually designed in the United States, where the Funko company is based. However, the actual manufacturing is often done in Asian countries like China or Vietnam. Through global trade, shipping, and online platforms, these products was distributed worldwide and eventually reached the Philippines. This shows how globalization allows products to move easily across countries. This Funko Pop Iron Man mainly reflects westernization because Iron Man is a western superhero created by an American company. However, it also represents global culture because people from the different parts of the world, including Asia, consumes, enjoy, and collect this merchandise. Companies like Marvel and Funko benefit from selling merchandise globally. They increase their profits, expand their market reach, and strengthen their brand worldwide. Global demand also allows them to continue producing movies, collectibles, and content that fans enjoy. In conclusion, fandom culture is an example of globalization as a process because it involves the continuous exchange of culture and products across countries. It's also a condition because being globally connected through fandom is now normally in modern society. My Funko Pop Iron Man is not just a collectible, it's a symbol of how globalization connects people, culture, and economies worldwide. Thank you.
The first question is, what is your chosen merch and from which fandom? So, my chosen merchandise is Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading Card Games from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime and manga fandom. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a Japanese anime series that focuses on strategy, friendship, and competitive card dueling, which become popular worldwide. So, this Yu-Gi-Oh! Card collection is special to me because it was part of my childhood. I grew up watching the anime and playing the card with friends. This card reminds me of bonding moments, school breaks, and the excitement of collecting rare cards. It represents nostalgia and how anime influenced my interest growing up. So for the third question is, Yu-Gi-Oh cards are mainly designed in Japan and manufactured in different countries such as United States and other parts of Asia. They also reach the Philippines through global distribution, including toy stores, hobby shop, online platforms, and imports. Global trade in media allowed this Japanese anime merch to become accessible to Filipino fans. So the third question is, my merch reflects Asian influence and global culture. Yu-Gi-Oh originated in Japan, showing strong Japanese anime storytelling. However, it became global because it was dubbed in English, marketed internationally, and embraced by fans from different cultures, including the Philippines. So, the question number 5 is, yes, Yu-Gi-Oh cards are used by fans around the world to follow the same rules, collect the same cards, and participate in international tournaments. Online community, social media, and games allow fans from different countries to connect, trade cards, and share strategy, showing global interconnectedness. For the number 6 is, companies benefit by earning profit from cards sales, anime, streaming games, tournaments, and accessories. A global fan base increases demand, allowing companies to expand their market and continuously release new cards and content worldwide. For the last question is, yes, fandom culture is an example of globalization as a process and a condition. It is a process because Yu-Gi-Oh spread from Japan to other countries over time, media, and trade. It is a condition because today fans are already living in a connected world where sharing interests across countries is normal. So, that's it. Thank you.
What is your chosen merch and from which fandom? My chosen merchandise is a Beanie photo card from the Beanie fandom, also known as Blooms. Beanie is a Filipino P-pop girl group under ABS-CBN Star Music. Show your merch collection and explain why it is special to you. This Beanie photo card is special to me because it represents my support for Filipino artists. It is not just a collectible but a symbol of pride in local music, talent, and culture. Collecting photo cards also helped me feel connected to other blooms. Where was this merchandise produced and how did it reach the Philippines? Beanie photo cards are usually designed and distributed in the Philippines, but some printing materials may come from other countries. They reach fans through album, concert, online shop, and fan events, showing how global production systems are involved even in local fandom. Those your merch reflect westernization, Asian influence, or global culture. Why? The Beanie photo card reflect Asian influence and global culture, while the photo card style is inspired by K-pop, an Asian influence. Beanie's music, visual, and language are Filipino. They show how global trends influence local culture while still maintaining Filipino identity. How does your fandom merge show interconnectedness with fans worldwide? Even though Beanie is Filipino group, fans from other countries collect Beanie photo card, watch their performance online, and interact on social media. This show how fandom connects people globally despite cultural and geographic differences. How do companies benefit from selling this merchandise globally? Companies earn profit through album sales, merch bundles, concerts, and online marketing. By selling photo cards, companies encourage fans to buy more album and merchandise, strengthening consumer loyalty and expanding the market beyond the Philippines. Is fandom culture an example of globalization as a process, condition, or ideology. Explain. Fandom culture is an example of globalization as a process because it shows how culture is spread through media, technology, and trade. It is also a condition since fans worldwide now share similar interests and behavior. Lastly, it reflects on ideology, promoting the idea that entertainment and culture can across borders and unite people. Relating your Bini photocard to key concept, global economic imperialism, large media and entertainment companies profit from fandom merchandise by controlling production, marketing and distribution, turning fan support into global economic gain. Westernization, Americanization, Asian influence. Binis show strong Asian K-pop inspired influence, but instead of Western domination, it highlights how Filipinos adapt global style into local culture. Globalization as a phenomenon, fandom spread through social media, streaming platform, and international fan communities, making artists accessible worldwide. Globalization as obscure behind a simple photocard are hidden system like manufacturing, label, global supplies change, and corporate marketing strategies that fans usually do not see. Sameness and interconnectedness. Fans around the world collect photocards, attend event, trades, merge, and share content online, showing shared fandom practice despite cultural differences.
Po si Jan Maentrans Otamalia and I'm from Block 102E. Ngayon po ipapakita ko po sa inyo ang collection ko na Bini photo cards. Ayan po siya. And may mga question po dito na dapat sagutin. Una po is question number 1, what is your chosen merch and from which fandom? Ayun po, no? Kagaya po ng sinabi ko kanina, ang merch po na napili ko i-collect ay Bini photo cards. Galing po siya sa Jollibee, yung promo po na, yung pa-promo po ng Jollibee. Ayun po, kung naaalala nyo. And mula po to sa fandom ng Bini. And question number 2 po is, show your merch collection. Ayan po. Show your merch collection and explain why it is special to you. Special po siya sa akin dahil sikat at nagustuhan ko po ang Bini. And galing din po siya sa paborito kong kinakainan na Jollibee. And masaya din po siya kolektahin dahil meaningful po siya para sa akin. Ayun po. And question number 3 is, where was this merchandise product and how did it reach the Philippines? Ano? Ginawa po to para sa promo ng Jollibee and nakuha po namin siya or ng mga fans kahit sa ang branch ng Jollibee sa Pilipinas. Ayun po. Kagaya ko po, nakuha ko po siya dito malapit sa amin sa may Acacia Lane. Ayun po. And question number 4 is, does your merch reflect Westernization, Asian influence, or global culture? Why? Pinapakita po nito ang global culture, sikat sa buong mundo, lalo na sa Pilipinas, ang idol merch at food promos. Ayun po. Pinapakita po niya yung idol merch and food promos dito po sa Pilipinas, lalo na po sa Pilipinas. Ayun po. And question number 5 is, how does your fandom merch show interconnectedness with fans worldwide? Ayun po, no? Nagpo-post lang po kami or ang mga fans ng Bini Photo sa Facebook or kahit sa online platform po. And nakikita po siya ng mga fans kahit sa ibang bansa po, ganun. Ayun po, yung may mga nasa ibang bansa po na fans din ng Bini. Ayun po, nakikita po nila yung mga post namin or ng mga fans. Question number 6 po is, how do companies benefit from selling the merchandise globally? Ayun po, no? Mas marami pong produkto ang nabebenta ng mga kumpanya or ng company and mas mas marami po silang nabebentang produkto, mas nakikilala sila, ganun po. And last question po is fandom culture an example of globalization as a process, a condition of or an ideology? Yes po, ito po ay isang process nagkakaugnay ang culture, fans, products sa iba't ibang bansa. Ngayon lang po. And papakita ko po sa inyo ang collection ko. Ayan po siya. Kompleto po yan. Ayan po. Nakikita niyo po. Ayan. Tigda dalawa po siya. Ayan. And meron din po dito. Mula sa McDonald's. Yan. Sila Ken, sila Justin. Ayan po. Sila Pablo. Ayan. And dito lang, ito po yung lagayan niya. And ayun lang po. Thank you.
My name is Ronnie B. Santos Jr. from Cebet 19102E. Ang napili ko pong merchandise is Mobile Legends po. May 7 question po tayo dito. And ang first question po is, what is your chosen merch and from which fandom? The merchandise I have chosen to represent is unofficial from the Mobile Legends Bangbang fandom. MLBB is a mobile multiple player online battle arena that has become a cultural cornerstone in Southeast Asia and a major player in the global esports scene. The merchandise is represent more than just a hobby. It is a physical artifact of a digital community that spans across continents and connecting millions of players under a single competitive banner. Second question is, show your merch collection and explain why it is special to you. Ito po yung collection ko po na ML skin. Ayan po. Ayan, napanalunan ko po yan sa tournament. Ayan. This collection is special to me because it serves as a tangible link to my digital experience and achievement within the game. For many fans, merchandise is a badge of honor that commemorates specific milestones such as team's championships run or the release of the favorite hero. Ito po yung mga napanalunan ko sa tournament. Ayan po, sa Mobile Legends. Special po sila sa akin kasi memorable po sila sa akin na nakuha ko po sila, napanalunan ko. Yun po. Question number 3. Where was this merchandise produced and how did it reach the Philippines? This merchandise is a product of the global community chain. Mas official MLB gear is manufactured in industry hubs like China, where Moonton is headquartered, or taught licensed local manufacturers in the Philippines to meet high demand. It reached the Philippines through a complex global logistic network. This involved digital procurement via e-commerce platform like Shopee or Lazada, international shipping to containerization and local last mile delivery. Question number 4. Does your merch reflect westernization, Asian influence, or global culture? Why? My merchandise primarily reflect Asian influence, specifically the Easternization of the gaming industry. While the MOBA genre originated in the West, MLBB was designed by an Asian company for mobile-first audience, which is a staple of Asian tech culture. The design often incorporate regional statistic such as the Lapu-Lapu Hero skin or collaboration with Filipino icons. This represents a shift in global culture where Southeast Asia is no longer just a consumer of Western media, but a primary creator and influencer of global entertainment trends. Question number 5. How does your fandom merch show interconnectedness with fans worldwide? This merchandise acts as a universal visual language. When I wear this jersey or display this figurine, I am instantly recognized to another fan, whether they are Indonesia, Brazil, or Colombia. We are interconnected because we share a common set of values, slang, and hero knowledge. The merch proves that we are part of transnational community. It breaks down national borders by creating a shared fan identity that is consistent regardless of a person's geographic location or native thought. Question number 6. How do you companies benefit from selling this merchandise globally? Global corporations like Mountain benefit thought revenue diversification and brand equity. Beyond the direct profit from selling a physical item, merchandise turns every fan into a walking billboard, providing free advertising that increase the game global visibility. Furthermore, high merchandise sales provide social proof of the fandom's size, which the company uses to secure multi-millionaire dollar sponsorship deals with the other global brands. Ultimately, merch helps build a consumer ecosystem that keeps players emotionally and financially invested in the brand long term. In the last question, is fandom culture an example of globalization as a process, a condition, or an ideology? And explain. Fandom culture is best described as a condition globality. And while the process of globalization allowed the fandom to expand, the fandom itself represent a state where people are already living in an interconnected world. Being a fan today means living a global village where your primarily community is defined by the shared interests rather than physical proximity. It is a condition where the local and the global have merged, creating a lifestyle where Filipino fans feels as much a part of MLBB world as any other player across the globe.